In the second chapter, we will talk about organization strategy and project selection. These are the topics we will talk about today. Why project managers need to understand strategy, the strategic management process, the need for a project priority system, project classification, phase gate model, selection criteria, applying a selection model, managing the portfolio system. Why project managers need to understand strategy. Project management has traditionally focused on planning and executing projects, while strategy was seen as the responsibility of senior management. However, modern thinking recognizes that project management plays a crucial role in both strategy and operations. According to Shenhe, project managers should expand their role from operational to strategic perspectives, focusing on business aspects and achieving business results. There are two main reasons why project managers need to understand their organization's mission and strategy. Firstly, it enables them to make appropriate decisions and adjustments based on strategic goals. For example, a project manager's response to modifying a product's design for improved performance would differ based on whether the company aims to be a product leader through innovation or achieve operational excellence through cost-effective solutions. Similarly, how a project manager handles delays may vary depending on strategic considerations. Overtime might be authorized if the company values speed to market, while another project manager may accept the delay if speed is not crucial. Secondly, project managers must understand their organization's strategy to effectively advocate for their projects. They need to demonstrate to senior management how their projects contribute to the company's mission to maintain support. Additionally, project managers must explain to stakeholders why certain project objectives and priorities are critical to secure buy-in for contentious trade-off decisions. Lastly, project managers need to communicate the project's importance to motivate and empower the project team. The strategic management process. An overview. Projects play a significant role in the strategic direction of an organization. Strategic management involves assessing the current state of the organization, determining its desired future state, and developing a plan to achieve that future state. Projects contribute to this process by implementing strategies and translating them into actionable tasks. Strategic management involves two major dimensions: responding to changes in the external environment and allocating scarce resources to improve the organization's competitive position. Projects assist in both dimensions by enabling organizations to adapt to external changes and allocate resources effectively. Projects also support the theme and focus of the organization's future direction. They promote consistency of action and integration by aligning efforts and resources towards common goals and strategies. Projects ensure that the organization's long-term plan of action is implemented and that objectives are achieved. Implementing strategies is crucial for organizational survival, and projects play a crucial role in making them happen. Many organizations struggle with strategy implementation, and projects bridge the gap between strategy formulation and execution. Strategic management components such as mission, goals, objectives, strategy, and implementation are closely linked. Projects represent the actions and tasks required to implement strategies and reach objectives. They serve as the means through which strategies are put into action. In summary, projects contribute to the strategic direction of an organization by implementing strategies, adapting to the external environment, allocating resources, promoting integration and consistency, and bridging the gap between strategy and implementation. They are essential for achieving the organization's long-term objectives and ensuring its future success. Now, 4 activities of the strategic management process. The strategic management process involves 4 key activities. 1. Review and define the organizational mission. The mission statement outlines the organization's purpose, scope, and key components. It provides a focus for decision-making and communicates the organization's identity to stakeholders. A clear and specific mission statement helps in setting parameters for developing objectives. 2. Analyze and formulate strategies. This activity involves evaluating the internal and external environments of the organization. It includes assessing strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, SWOT analysis, to identify critical issues and strategic alternatives. Strategies are formulated based on core competencies, competitive advantages, customer needs, and acceptable risk levels. Objectives and projects are assigned to support the chosen strategies. 3. Set objectives to achieve strategies. Objectives translate the organization's strategies into specific, measurable targets. Objectives should be operational, time-bound, realistic, and aligned with the organization's overall direction. They cover various areas such as markets, products, innovation, productivity, quality, finance, profitability, employees, and consumers. Objectives cascade down from the organizational level to lower divisions, departments, and individuals. 4. Implement strategies through projects. Implementation involves putting strategies into action using available resources. It requires attention to resource allocation, organizational structure and culture, planning and control systems, motivation of project contributors, and portfolio management. Projects play a crucial role in strategy implementation as they represent mission-critical tasks that contribute to achieving strategic objectives. While the 4 activities of the strategic management process have remained consistent over time, the time horizon for strategy formulation has changed significantly. Global competition and rapid innovation require organizations to be adaptable to short-term changes while maintaining consistency in the long run. Successful implementation of strategies is essential for organizational success. This table shows the key characteristics of objectives in strategic management. Let's explore each of them in more detail. 1. Specific. Being specific means clearly defining the objective with precise details. It involves answering the who, what, where, when, and why of the objective. A specific objective leaves no room for ambiguity and provides a clear direction for action. 2. Measurable. Establishing measurable indicators allows for objective assessment of progress and achievement. By defining specific metrics or criteria, organizations can track and quantify the extent to which the objective has been accomplished. Measurable objectives provide a basis for evaluation and enable organizations to gauge their performance. 3. Assignable. Objectives should be assigned to specific individuals or teams who are responsible for their completion. Assigning accountability ensures that someone takes ownership of the objective, increasing the likelihood of successful execution. By assigning objectives, organizations can clarify roles and responsibilities, fostering accountability and commitment. 4. Realistic. Realistic objectives consider the available resources, capabilities, and constraints within the organization. Objectives should be achievable and feasible given the resources, skills, and time available. Setting realistic objectives helps prevent frustration and demotivation by avoiding setting unattainable goals. 5. Time-related. Time-related objectives specify a time frame or deadline for achieving the objective. By setting a clear timeline, organizations create a sense of urgency and provide a target for completion. Time-related objectives help prioritize activities, ensure progress is made, and facilitate monitoring and evaluation. Okay, now the need for a project priority system. This slide highlights 3 problems that can arise in the context of strategy implementation and suggests that a priority-driven project portfolio system can help mitigate these issues. Let's examine each problem in more detail. Problem 1. The implementation gap. This problem occurs when there is a disconnect between the formulation of strategy by top management and its implementation by functional managers. The lack of coordination and alignment among different levels of the organization hierarchy leads to conflicts, lack of trust, frequent meetings to establish priorities, confusion among employees about important projects, inefficiency due to working on multiple projects, and inadequate resources. The absence of clear linkages between strategy and action creates a dysfunctional and confused organizational environment, hindering the effective implementation of strategy and projects. Problem 2. Organization politics. Politics within an organization can significantly influence project prioritization and resource allocation. When the criteria and process for selecting projects are ill-defined and not aligned with the firm's mission, projects may be chosen based on personal influence and power rather than factual analysis. Powerful individuals advocating for specific projects, known as sacred cows, can override objective assessments and stifle critical information. The presence of strong project sponsors, high-ranking managers who endorse and support projects, can greatly enhance project success. However, the absence of strong sponsorship and the influence of internal politics can lead to the failure of promising projects. Problem 3. Resource conflicts and multitasking. In a multi-project environment, projects are interdependent and resources need to be shared. This creates challenges in resource allocation, scheduling, and prioritization. Competition among project managers for the best resources can be contentious, and the problems of sharing and scheduling resources become more complex as the number of projects increases. Resource conflicts lead to multitasking, where individuals switch between tasks and projects, resulting in inefficiency, delays, and increased costs. The presence of an overloaded portfolio without a clear priority system exacerbates these issues, leading to confusion, inefficient resource utilization, and decreased employee morale. To address these problems, a priority-driven project portfolio system can help reduce or eliminate their impact. Such a system would establish clear priorities aligned with the strategic plan, provide a framework for project selection and resource allocation, and mitigate the negative effects of politics and multitasking. By implementing a well-defined priority system, organizations can enhance strategic alignment, improve resource utilization, and increase the chances of successful strategy implementation. Project portfolio management offers several benefits that contribute to effective project selection, resource allocation, and strategic alignment. Here are the benefits. Builds discipline into the project selection process. PPM establishes a structured approach to project selection, ensuring that projects are evaluated based on their alignment with strategic objectives, potential benefits, and feasibility. This discipline helps organizations avoid pursuing projects that do not align with their overall strategy. Links project selection to strategic metrics. PPM ensures that project selection is tied to strategic metrics and goals. By aligning projects with strategic objectives, organizations can focus their resources on initiatives that directly contribute to the achievement of desired outcomes, prioritizes project proposals across a common set of criteria. PPM provides a standardized framework for evaluating and prioritizing project proposals. This reduces the influence of politics or personal preferences in the decision-making process, ensuring that projects are selected based on objective criteria and their potential value to the organization. Allocates resources to projects that align with strategic direction. PPM enables organizations to allocate resources, including financial, human, and technological, to projects that are in line with the strategic direction. This ensures that resources are utilized effectively and efficiently, maximizing the chances of project success. Balances risk across all projects. PPM helps organizations assess and manage risk across their project portfolio. By considering risk factors for each project and balancing them within the portfolio, organizations can mitigate potential risks and avoid overexposure to any single project. Justifies killing projects that do not support organizational strategy. PPM provides a mechanism for evaluating the performance and alignment of ongoing projects. If a project no longer supports the organization's strategy or fails to meet predetermined criteria, PPM enables decision makers to justify discontinuing or re-evaluating the project, thereby optimizing resource allocation, improves communication and supports agreement on project goals. PPM facilitates better communication and collaboration among stakeholders by providing a common framework for discussing project goals, objectives, and progress. This shared understanding helps align stakeholders and ensures that everyone is working towards the same strategic objectives. This figure explains that many organizations have three main types of projects in their project portfolio: compliance projects, operational projects, and strategic projects. Let's delve into each type. Compliance projects. Compliance projects are essential to meet regulatory requirements imposed by governing bodies or authorities. These projects are considered must-do because failure to implement them can result in penalties or legal consequences. Compliance projects ensure that the organization operates within the legal framework of the region or industry in which it operates. Examples of compliance projects include implementing safety measures, adhering to environmental regulations, or fulfilling specific certifications or standards. Operational projects. Operational projects focus on improving the efficiency, effectiveness, and performance of current operations within the organization. They aim to streamline processes, reduce costs, enhance delivery systems, or optimize performance in various functional areas. Operational projects can range in scope and cost, with some requiring immediate manager approval due to their limited impact, while others necessitate extensive review and higher-level decision-making. Examples of operational projects include implementing total quality management initiatives, upgrading equipment or technology, or modifying production processes to enhance productivity. Strategic projects. Strategic projects are directly aligned with the long-term mission and goals of the organization. These projects are aimed at driving growth, increasing revenue, expanding market share, or exploring new opportunities. Strategic projects often involve innovation, research and development, and the exploration of new products, services, or technologies. They require a forward-thinking approach and careful consideration of market trends, customer demands, and competitive dynamics. Okay. This diagram highlights the importance of project selection within the broader context of project management. It introduces the concept of a management system consisting of gates that a project must pass through to be completed. Here's a breakdown of the key points. 1. Purpose of the management system. The management system, represented by a series of gates, ensures that the organization invests its time and resources in projects that contribute to its mission and strategy. It aims to filter out projects that are not worthwhile or aligned with organizational objectives. 2. Decision points at each gate. Each gate represents a decision point in the project life cycle. At these points, a project can be given the green light to proceed, cancelled, or revised and resubmitted. These decisions are based on evaluations of project objectives, business case, estimated costs, return on investment, risks, and resource requirements. 3. Initial gate and project proposal. The first gate is an invisible gate that occurs when someone has an idea for a project. They must decide whether it is worth investing time and effort to submit a formal proposal. The proposal should conform to the organization's selection guidelines and include information such as project objectives, business case, estimated costs, return on investment, risks, and resource requirements. 4. Alignment with mission, strategy, and other projects. Management assesses how the project outcomes will contribute to the organization's mission and strategy. They also consider how well the project fits with other ongoing or planned projects, ensuring it doesn't interfere with more important initiatives. 5. Development of implementation plan. If the preliminary proposal is approved, a project manager and staff are assigned to develop a more comprehensive implementation plan. This plan includes detailed information on schedule, costs, resource requirements, and risk management. Both the proposal and the implementation plan are scrutinized to ensure they make sense, align with strategic goals, and are worth the risk. 6. Progress reviews and project adjustments. During the project's execution, there are likely to be one or more progress reviews. These reviews assess project performance and determine if any adjustments need to be made. In some cases, projects may be cancelled or killed due to poor performance or lack of relevancy. 7. Final gate and project completion. The last gate represents the finish line of the project. It signifies that the necessary customer acceptance has been achieved and management has signed off on the fulfillment of project requirements. At this stage, a project audit is conducted to assess project success and identify key lessons learned. Okay, now what is selection criteria? This slide introduces various criteria and models used for project selection. Let's explore each of them. Financial criteria. 1. Payback. Payback is a financial criterion that measures the time it takes for a project to recover its initial investment. It represents the period required for the project's cash inflows to equal or exceed its cash outflows. Projects with shorter payback periods are generally preferred as they provide a faster return on investment. 2. Net present value, NPV. It is a financial criterion that assesses the profitability of a project by considering the time value of money. It calculates the present value of expected cash inflows and outflows over the project's lifespan, discounted at an appropriate rate. A positive NPV indicates that the project is expected to generate more value than its initial investment, making it financially viable. Non-financial criteria. 1. Projects of strategic importance to the firm. Non-financial criteria consider the strategic alignment of a project with the overall goals and mission of the organization. Projects that contribute to key strategic objectives, such as market expansion, competitive advantage, or innovation, may be given higher priority, even if their financial returns are not immediately evident. 2 multi-criteria selection models. 1. Checklist models. Checklist models involve creating a list of criteria against which projects are evaluated. Each criterion is assigned a weight or importance based on its relevance to the organization. Projects are then assessed against these criteria, and the total score determines their selection. This model provides a structured approach to compare and prioritize projects based on multiple factors. 2. Multi-weighted scoring models. Multi-weighted scoring models also use a set of criteria, but they assign different weights to each criterion based on their relative importance. Each criterion is evaluated independently, and the scores are multiplied by their respective weights. The weighted scores are then summed to obtain a final score for each project. This model allows organizations to customize the importance of different criteria based on their specific needs. These financial and non-financial criteria, along with the multi-criteria selection models, provide organizations with a comprehensive framework for assessing and comparing projects. By considering both financial and strategic aspects, organizations can make more informed decisions about which projects to undertake and allocate resources accordingly. Applying a selection model. This discusses various aspects related to project selection and prioritization. Here are the key points. Criteria consistency. While different types of projects, strategic and operational, may have some specific criteria, experience shows that most organizations use similar criteria for all projects. The fit of a project with the organization's strategy is considered the most important criterion and should be consistent across all project types. Shift towards multiple criteria. In the past, financial criteria alone were predominantly used for project selection. However, there has been a shift towards including multiple criteria in the decision-making process. While profitability remains important, factors such as technology research, public image, ethics, environmental impact, core competencies, and strategic fit are now considered. Weighted scoring models are often used to accommodate these multiple criteria. Power of portfolio, project selection criteria play a crucial role in aligning new projects with the strategic goals of the organization. A clear and structured selection process helps ensure that projects add value and contribute to the overall success of the organization. Sources and solicitation of project proposals. Project proposals can come from anyone within the organization who believes their project will add value. Restricting proposals to specific levels or groups may limit the opportunity for valuable ideas. Organizations may also solicit project ideas externally through a request for proposal, RFP, when the required expertise is not available internally. Ranking proposals and selection. A structured process is necessary to evaluate and prioritize project proposals. Feasibility, contribution to strategic objectives, and fit within the current project portfolio are assessed. If a project is approved, a detailed implementation plan is developed and reviewed again. Veteran project managers may identify potential flaws, and the project's strategic value is reassessed. Variances between initial estimates and more detailed research are examined before final approval. Responsibility for prioritizing. Senior management is responsible for prioritizing projects. They need to rank and weigh the objectives and strategies that are most critical to the organization. A transparent and well-defined project prioritization system supports management's efforts and fosters a culture where everyone contributes to organizational goals.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to channel.